A child's first tricycle can be a fun experience for the whole family, and there is a lot parents can do to make sure that that first ride is a safe one. Did you know teaching your child to ride safely now can prepare them to be safe bike riders in the future? Here's Marnie Renison with more.
Hey, we're here with Tom. He's going to talk to us a little bit about tricycle safety. Tricycle safety, we all start out on a tricycle, but we need to remember that serious injuries really can occur.
You know, kids when they're on the tricycles aren't thinking about bike safety or trike safety.
Right.
They're thinking about, I want to have fun and go ride around, you know, enjoy it.
Right.
So it's really up to us as parents to keep an eye on them, stay nearby, and make sure that they're being safe on the tricycle.
So what are the concerns that parents should have about letting their kids ride tricycles?
The one thing that kids aren't thinking about in this age group is wearing a helmet. So we definitely want to make sure they start wearing a helmet. Young kids don't have the ability or the motor skills to judge distance or speed very well, so it makes them more likely to crash or fall off the tricycle. Children who ride tricycles in the driveway or sidewalks unsupervised could be hit by a car more easily, and other places are safer. When you're ready to buy a tricycle for your kid, go ahead and buy a new helmet as well when you're at the bike shop, and make sure they wear it every single time that they go out.
So you're creating the habit.
You're starting the habit early, and they know that when they get on the tricycle, the helmet goes with them. You're putting the two together. So when you're ready to buy your tricycle, make sure you get one that's the right size for your kid. A couple things to remember. Make sure when they're sitting on it, that their feet reach the pedals, that they have a good reach for the handlebars as well. Ride it in the store, they get a sense to how to control it. Another thing to think about as you're picking out a tricycle is that it's got a low center of gravity. It's really low to the ground and keeps them a lot more stable and a wide base.
So Tom, where is a safe place for us to let them go for it?
Well, we definitely want some place that's flat and smooth because the tricycle's gonna roll a little less than a bicycle would, and an enclosed area. So patios, play courts, and some park trails are good ideas. Places you don't want to go, driveways and sidewalks, if you're unsupervised or if the child is unsupervised, then they could ride off into the street.
And I can really imagine that active supervision by an adult would be imperative for safety.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Children on tricycles, usually between the ages of 2 and 4, and it's especially important for them to be supervised because they don't have the skills to judge distance and speed or the motor skills to maneuver away from an obstacle if they were confronted with something.
Well, thanks so much. I never thought that you'd have to be so mindful when it comes to little kids riding tricycles. I learned a lot today.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay, so these are the main 3 takeaways. Number 1, make sure your child wears a helmet every time they ride. Number 2, make sure the tricycle is the right size for your child. And number 3, only allow children to ride in fenced areas and away from traffic. Well, thanks so much, Tom. Those are great safety tips to get our kids off on the tricycle early and safe.
That was my pleasure.
Yeah, it really sounds like it's all about setting the habits now for future, right?
Right.
And being good role models and wearing our helmets too.